We're here today outside the Active Adult Center to talk about an exciting event coming to Greeley in April. Betsy, tell me a bit more about Greeley's History Brown Bag series.
Thank you, Becca. It's so great to be here with you today. The History Brown Bag series started out in 2011 as the Lunch and Learn series. We changed the name to the History Brown Bag series because people thought we were providing lunch with the Lunch and Learn name, so we changed it to the History Brown Bag series.
So how is lunch involved? It has to do with the time of day, right?
Yes, it's entirely based on the fact that it's at noon on the fourth Thursday of the month. People are welcome to bring their own lunches. We do not provide any lunch.
Wonderful. So this April 4th, you said Thursday of the month at noon, what are we going to be presenting?
Dr. Joan Clinefelter, a history professor from the University of Northern Colorado, who teaches a class on the Holocaust, is going to be doing a Holocaust 101 presentation for our History Brown Bag series. She's going to be talking about how the Nazis battled against the Jews leading up to the war against the Jews, how they turned the Jews, the German Jews, into the enemy.
Wow, that's going to be really impactful and a really meaningful and exciting presentation for all of us. Now, Joan prepared a little bit of information for us about what the talk's about. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. She said that she will explore how the Third Reich operated as a racial state dominated by a battle for survival between the, quote, Germans and the, quote, Jews. By transforming German Jews into a national threat, the Nazis gave new life to antisemitism and helped pave the way for a war against the Jews. Now, they pulled out the Jews as a separate group, even though they were Germans just like everybody else who were citizens in Germany, pulled out the Jews to single them out, and that was part of how they did it. When thinking about the Holocaust, there is often a gap between what people have heard about the event and what actually happened. For example, the mass murder of Jews did not start when Hitler came to power in 1933. It started in the summer of 1941. Roughly 75% of the Jews murdered were killed within just 18 months. At the end of the war, there were more Jews in Germany than before the war. Interested in why and how? In Holocaust 101, Joan Clinefelter will discuss these and other fascinating but lesser-known aspects of the Holocaust. She does welcome questions, so we hope you will join us.
Wonderful. Yes, it's about a 40-minute presentation, so that leaves plenty of time at the end for Q&A. So if you have questions, things you've always wanted to know, or things that you may be confused about with the Holocaust, bring those along and she'd be happy to talk to you about them. All right. Now, this event is in partnership with an organization and is part of a larger week. Tell me about that.
The Holocaust Memorial Observances is the last week in April, from April 23rd to the 30th, and it will be events centered around the Holocaust that are meant to honor and respect those who died in the Holocaust in efforts to save people, and they will be in various locations, I think at least centered in part at Ames Community College.
Wonderful. And that committee is a group of people in Greeley and Northern Colorado who are looking to educate people about our past experiences with the European Holocaust to help prevent bigotry and prejudice from occurring again in the future. Now, this is being put on with the historic preservation. Why don't you tell me a bit more about historic preservation in Greeley?
Absolutely. Historic preservation in Greeley is a way to preserve the built environment and the historic sites, structures, objects, and areas that are significant in Greeley's history. So when you can make a connection with the past and you learn about the built environment or a house that is significant, say it's your grandma's house, it's significant to you, maybe it should be preserved. We want to save those things so that we can learn from the past to share with the future, and the future generations can continue to learn.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you'd like to learn more about this historic presentation, you can visit Holocaust-Memorial-Observances.org.